So part of when you are seeing your patient for the first time and you're introducing yourself, you're going to ask them what their date of birth is. But in order to know what their date of birth is, you have to first know how to ask the date of birth and then know how to answer. So that's going to bring us to numbers. So any month in the calendar has up to 31 days in the month. So let's go through the numbers 1 through 31. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, y 31. Those are the numbers that you need to know for the months. Then when you have the years are broken up into a very specific format. So you always say the year. So for example, for 2000, normally we would say 2001, 2002, right? So it's kind of the same way in Spanish. You say two, then the word thousand, and then the year, right? So if it were 2000, you would just say 2000, 2000. If it were 2001, you would say 2001, 2001, and so on and so forth. 2012 would be 2012. 2020 would be 2020, so on and so forth. Now, for anything before the 2000s, you actually have to break these numbers down. So this right here, this is in the thousands. So you would say this is the thousands, this is the hundreds column, this is the tens column, right? But so this is thousand, so mil. Then this is 900, so 900. And then you just do this number right here, which is the 80s, okay? So 1000, 4,000, 900 for 900, and then 80 for 80. If it were 1981, 1000 for 1,000, 900 for 900, 81 for 81. 1000, 4,000, 900 for 900, 82. If it were 82. You do the same thing here, except it changes for the 60s. And then let's say you have the 90s, it would be the 90s, 90. If you have the 70s, 70. If you have the 50s, it would be 50. So we're going to work with those numbers there. So we're going to work with 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and 50s and 2000 for your patients. Anyone before the 50s is probably dead. Okay? So, 1950, and you're going to only go up to 9, right? Because anything after 9 is going to be the next number up, right? You're going to go up to 59, and then after that, it's going to be 1960. So, for example, if you're doing 1959, it would be 1959. 1000 for 1,000, 900 for 900, 50 for 59, for 9. Okay? Now, here you have your months. Enero for January, febrero for February, marzo for March, abril for April, mayo for May, junio for June, julio for July, agosto for August, septiembre for September, octubre for October, noviembre for November. Yes, you have to say it just like that, okay? And diciembre for December, okay? Notice that in Spanish, they do not capitalize the months. We do in English, they do not in Spanish, okay? So you don't even have to capitalize. I mean, hey, how great is that? You guys don't like to use proper punctuation anyway. How great is this? Okay, so when you are writing out somebody's date of birth, the United States is the only country who puts the month first and then the day and then the year. Every other country starts with the day of their birthday and then the month and then the year. Okay, so let's take a look at this in the format here. So for example, guys, you're gonna officially find out that I'm old. Lo and behold, this is my birthday right here, guys. So you're gonna start with 23, 23. Then the 6, that's the month. Okay, what month is 6? Think about it, June. Okay, so el 23, and then you have the year, 1984. So this is how you would write it out. El 23, that's the 23rd, de junio, that's June, the month, el mes. So el 23 de junio, and then you go with the year, 1984, the year. Okay, that's how you write out a whole entire date of birth. El 23 de junio 1984. So you have the number of the birthday. Then you have of, day means of. So this is the 23rd of June, and then the year right there. Año means year. Mes means month. This is just a number sign. No, it's not a hashtag sign, guys. Get with the program, okay? This is not a hashtag sign. It's a number sign. Okay, so then what you're going to do is I gave you some celebrities and I gave you their birthdays. Remember, this is the day of their birthday, not the month. So you're going to write out their birthdays like this on this line here or above it or whatever, okay? It's going to be your practice. Then I'm going to give you another paper that you're going to write out the birthdays in the whole format. You're going to want to use this video, use this paper, use this guideline to help you fill out the whole birthday so that we can practice next week with our patient profiles. I'm going to give you some patient profiles that are practicing with date of birth. They're going to introduce their names. And we're going to be going more in with our Spanish, okay? So here you're going to have your patients, and you're going to have their birthday, and you're going to have to write it all out. Remember, this is the format that you're going to use, okay? And here are your patients. Now, on the bottom here, you're going to write out your own birthday. Mi fecha de nacimiento. My date of birth is. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask me.